Hello again, everyone. Zack Attack is here with my TNA Impact Wrestling review for tonight, April the 26th, 2012, first Open Fight Night. Overall, let me say this. Open Fight Night was an okay concept, but it better be nailed more effectively next time around. It wasn't nailed to perfection tonight. There was a couple squashes. There was some okay wrestling in there. The main event was decent. But Open Fight Night, if perfected, if nailed effectively, could be a decent concept. So we'll see how the future Open Fight Nights prevail, because they're saying to do this once a month. So hopefully if they nail the concept and nail it perfect every time instead of just okay like tonight, we could be in for an exciting time as Hulk Hogan's won as the okay GM. So we kick it off with Hogan declaring that, of course, he made the rule that every Open Fight Night, one championship, with the exception of TV title, which was to be defended every night, every week, which was our first match actually. Hogan declared that the tag team titles will be defended that night. He would choose between four teams, who he would narrow down to one throughout the evening. It was between Eric and ODB, Kaz and Daniels, the Machine Guns, and Anderson and Hardy. Well, we found out to see who would Hogan pick. Like I mentioned, the first match was for the TV title. Devon, because he can call anybody he wants. This is Open Fight Night. And after CJB, he meant everyone, didn't matter who it was, announcers or wrestlers, could call anybody, and you had to come out. Devon called down his former tag partner, Bully Ray, calling him Bubba. I smell a lawsuit from WWE. Anyway, guys, they trademark Bubba Ray. So there you go. So Bully Ray came out saying, Devon, you ain't gonna challenge me, yada yada yada. And Devon chased after him, and we had a match. It was an okay match. Bully Ray did take some control in this match. He was taking some control, and Devon got the victory after some decent moves. It was an okay way to start the night with that happening. It was an okay match, and at least, like I said, the TV title being defended every week, I like that concept because it won't be a stupid title anymore, because I've been saying this a lot, that the TNA Knockouts tag title and the TV title are two of the worst titles in TNA. But at least it's giving some decency back to the television championship by it being defended every week. It was a decent starter. Of course, Austin Aries was laughing. He didn't interfere though, but I was happy that Devon got the victory clean and having Bully Ray realize what happens when you don't cheat to win. Because I remember last week I smelled Bully Ray and Austin would fight again, but not tonight. I thought they would get it on, but a little backstage thing, but it didn't happen. So Bully Ray lost to Devon, kicking it off with the TV title match. Now on to the next segment, and I mentioned that everyone can call anyone, and that meant anyone. That meaning Jeremy Boaz had to call out somebody. This is like kind of real as can get. Eric Bischoff is having his last night in Impact Wrestling tonight. They had to say he had a big farewell for him at the end of the evening. And JB's like, Bischoff, I want to call you out. Because there has been some real life tension between JB and Eric Bischoff in the past. Eric's been fun of him online, on Twitter, on the radio. Bischoff has not been a big supporter of JB, and everybody knows that Mr. JB is a good member of the group of TNA. So Bischoff came out after JB called him out. And JB wanted to punch the crap out of him. Bischoff had another plan. He had Bully Ray come out, name him a low blow. Bischoff just stomped on him to get a referee out to pin JB in an unofficial match. I didn't count that as a real match. It was kind of like a segment. Just Bischoff came out, had a cheap shot on JB from Bully Ray, got the pin, fake pin, and a victory for, Mr. Bischoff getting a little bit of a fake victory. So who knows what will happen with that. But we saw what happened with JB. Got a little got a little revenge. Little revenge on Eric at the end of the evening. So, although Eric was laughing after his check on JB, JB would be the last one laughing. Well, I found out what happened there. We had our next match, which was Anarchia challenging anybody to come out. Well, he met anybody. Kurt Angle came out. That's kind of a squash match. After Anarchia lied that Hernandez would be fighting him, Anarchia took a cheap shot at taking Angle from behind. But Angle got the Angle slam and got the Angle lock on him. And Angle's up. I think Angle's turning face at this point. Especially after denying Kaz and Daniels' help, because we saw what happened last week when Daniels and Kaz interfered in Angle's match with AJ, causing AJ to lose. And AJ wasn't there tonight. And they're saying next week, Kaz and Daniels may reveal AJ's little secret. Because we didn't see an AJ, Kaz, and Daniels confrontation. But next week, we probably will. So there you go. A little bit of a squash to have that as our next match, which, like I said, was Inokia losing to Kurt Angle, who apparently is turning face despite his injury. Because he injured his hamstrings. Now on to our next match. Last week, Hogan made the open fight night ruling, and that would be a gut check. The one better person to head up gut check than the guy who led Tough Enough, Al Snow. Hopefully the gut check guy won't get fired. Ain't that right, winner Tough Enough? You're fired. Anyway, and Al Snow needs to get a little bit of a check. He said we have the best wrestling fans in the world in Florida. You want to see the real wrestling fans in Orlando? Doesn't. That's all I gotta say. If you want to see the real wrestling fans in Impact, go outside of Orlando, please. So, we can joke all we want about that, but on our next match, like I said, the gut check match, one guy from the gut check would get a tryout match at the open fight night, and this night was Alex Silva taking on the biggest douchebag besides Eric Bischoff, Robbie E. Now, Robbie E, it was basically a kind of a mini squash. After seeing Angle just destroying Anarchy in a squash, we got another one with Robbie E. With Alex Silva looked okay in the match, but it was basically like a little bit of a squashing thing with Robbie E taking control and Alex looking okay. But then Robbie E got the victory, 1, 2, 3 with his little victory, and the fans got the chance to say, I saw on Facebook, on the TNA Facebook page, that they want Alex Silva to get a contract, but we'll see what really happens, because Al Snow's saying, their-wise, they're going to they're going to decide on Alex's fate next week. So, we'll see what the fans have to say. Silva looked okay out there. We'll see if Silva gets a chance to get a contract on time. And throughout the evening, we saw a little, like everyone else is saying, goodbye, Bishop in the old way. Basically, screw you, Bishop. Of course, you got a big final send-off later on. But now the next match, Brooke Tessmacher. Last week, she pinned Gail Kim in a non-title tag match. She pinned on a tag match tonight. Brooke challenged her to a non-title singles match and won. Brooke Tessmacher got a little face move after Gail Kim. Gail Kim was taking control of Brooke Tessmacher because Brooke Tessmacher in everyone's mind is a joke. She's not the best wrestler in the Knockouts division. She's known as a tag competitor. She's okay as a singles person. You know, she's okay, but I don't think she's championship material, even though she's pinned Gail Kim not once but twice 2 weeks in a row. Like I said, Gail was taking control, but then she missed a high-flying maneuver, which gave Brooke enough time to nail her move, little face slam, 1, 2, 3, with Brooke Tessmacher pinning Gail 2 weeks in a row. Now, that could be leading towards a match against Brooke and Gail at Sacrifice, which could be the case, maybe the case at this point. But we'll see. I'd say Gail will beat Brooke. If they would meet at Sacrifice, I think Gail would win. Brooke doesn't, or if Brooke will get the title, won't be this soon. You know, Brooke's just okay as a singles person. It was okay knockouts match. I don't need to repeat myself. But it was okay knockouts match. Brooke did okay. Like I said, she did get the win. But we'll see if she can really prove it, especially if she gets a real shot against Gail in a real title match. So we'll see how Brooke does if she does get a real match against Gail for the title. Now on to our next match, which before we saw next match, we saw Kaz and Daniels going about AJ Styles. Because like I said, AJ's not there, wasn't there this week. He'll be there probably next week. Or AJ or Kaz and Daniels will be a secret. And their storyline is as bad as the whole Chris Joseph Parks thing. We saw Joseph Parks again. Like I said in the attack line there, everyone knows that Joseph Parks is a beast in disguise. I know that. But we'll see what happens with that stupid storyline. But I'll draw a main event match, which was for the TNA Tag Team Championships. And in the end, Hogan made the somewhat good decision. He eliminated Eric Young and ODB. They only have one stupid title. The Knockouts Tag title, disgracing the tag titles. Motor City was eliminated because they lost. The Kaz and Daniels were eliminated because of their ego. So we had AJ frenemies out. So we had down to Hardy and Anderson, who didn't get along mostly at the beginning of this match. They got the shot against Joe and Magnus for the TNA tag titles. In the beginning, Jeff Hardy and Anderson were hesitant to team up, with Anderson tagging Hardy by slapping him on the chest. An attempted double team failed communication. But maybe those matches they did show some decent tags and okay teaming. But like I said, they did some work. Joe and Magnus was once again really good as a team. They really worked well. They've been working well ever since they won the tag team titles. And they're all a cohesive team. So, and Hardy and Anderson, if they can get the differences right, which I don't think that'll happen, could be a decent team. But like I said, the differences got the best of them. In the end, they'll do it okay. They'll do some double teaming. And Joe was laid out for the Swanton Bomb after Hardy delivered the Twist of Fate after a last-minute rally by Anderson and Hardy. But after Hardy took a last-minute wisp by clotheslining Magnus outside, Anderson came back in, basically got choked out by Joe. Hardy was trying to help, but Magnus hooked the leg of Hardy, unable to get in. Anderson tapped. Magnus and Joe retained the tag team titles, and Anderson and Hardy were mad at each other at the end. I'm guessing a match between these two either next week on Impact or at Sacrifice. But I expect a match between these two eventually to settle their differences. But they can work well. They can be. I think they teamed up before, but now they're back to hating each other. So we'll see what happens there. But on our next segment, our last segment tonight, which was the farewell to Bischoff. Basically, it was all the heels. Basically, every former Mortal member, Kaz, Daniels, Gunner, Bully Ray, Ric Flair, all the guys basically kissing Eric Bischoff's ass. Now, I'm surprised they didn't bleep his last name tonight. They didn't bleep his last name. Well, it was maybe not bleeping it because it was his last night. Anyway. So they said, oh, we miss you, Eric. You were this, you were that, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But then all the good guys came out, led by Jimmy Boash, and of course, Garrett Bischoff. I knew Garrett. I made a prediction on the attack line that Garrett Bischoff was going to interfere in this party, and he did. And he said, Bischoff, people, Eric, you get all, everyone has the wings and the Hall of Fame. We got you a special gift, Eric, to represent who you are. We got the Shed of Fame, Shed of Shame, basically a porta potty. So basically, all the good guys beat up Eric Bischoff, tossed him into the toilet, and locked him in the toilet, and knocked the toilet over, and Eric was covered with shit to end Impact. A bidding farewell to Bischoff, covered with shit to end his Impact career in Impact. But one last thing before I go, I didn't mention that after Magnus and Joe retained the titles, Kaz and Daniels, who were mad of them not being picked, double-teamed, sneak attacked on Magnus and Joe after the match, proving that they should have been the ones to get a title shot. But I'm guessing eventually that Kaz and Daniels may get a title shot, if they're not feuding with AJ soon, but maybe that could be in the future as soon as they get done with AJ first. But I think Kaz and Daniels should go for the tag team titles eventually. But all I'm going to do first is get rid of this AJ storyline, which is more annoying, like I said, as annoying as this whole Chris Park storyline with Abyss. But that is it for TNA Impact Wrestling. Okay, open fight night. Like I said, if they nail it more efficiently, more sufficiently, more effectively, open fight night could be a decent concept if nailed correctly. We'll see what happens next open fight night in May. That is it. Thank you all very much for watching. You've all been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you all very much. Thank you all again. See you all later. Yeah, have a good weekend. Yeah.